Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Workshop, featuring Duelyst. In this episode, we're gonna have a small change of pace. This is still in the same recording session as my other Vaynard games, and the thing is, I really want to get into some of the other decks I made. So if you guys want the Vaynard list that I ended up having a final version of, you can find it in the description down below and I'll send it to you guys. If I do forget to do so, do tell me in the comment section that I forgot. But for now, let's talk about my favorite faction. Remember when we were talking about in episode 1 wherein I didn't want to play Leonar because Leonar had bad abilities? Turns out this ability of Argyon Hymen is way better than I thought it was. So let me introduce you to Control Magmar. Control Leonar. Hidden messages. Because for the longest time, Control Magmar was dominating the game. So, Control Magmar. So, in this episode, we're only gonna play one game to showcase this deck. But essentially, what does this deck do? Notice how half these cards are removal. This is 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 removal. And then that's it. So, nearly half the cards in the deck are removal cards. What's the rest? Big dudes. You have a Zir, you have an Elix, Stormblade, an Ironcleave Guardian, and a Dancing Blades along with a Primus Shieldmaster. These things are what win us the game. Okay? And everything else is just there to keep us alive or make sure that the opponent's board is reduced to nothing but dust. One interesting choice that you'll have to note here is the Aerial Rift. Aerial Rift is a bad card according to a lot of people, but I think it's really useful in this deck for many reasons. Number one, you float a lot of mana with this deck. Usually you have a lot of reactive plays in your hand, so you don't really get to go on curve because, look, there's no 2-drops, okay? Let's be honest, there's no 2-drops in this deck. So turn 1, you're usually going to play nothing. So Aerial Rift's a good way to just play something to draw a card. Essentially, that's what it is. But it synergizes with a lot of stuff in our deck. This reduces the life of a minion. By 2 as long as the minion's nearby. Aerial Rift makes it so that it's easy to get this onto targets like your opponent's Chakri avatars or their pesky 2 health units in the back, like a Pyromancer. Oh, sorry, 1 health unit in the back. But it also synergizes well with the Frostbone Naga. Naga deals 2 damage to all minions and generals around it. If you can just airdrop your Naga, you get it into the perfect positioning every single time. Same thing with Lightbender. Same thing with Dancing Blades. If your opponent's placing it such that you can't reach it with the Dancing Blades, well, airdrop the Dancing Blades into the correct spot. But aside from that, it also allows us to put our Provokes in key places. We have Primus Shieldmaster, which you can easily place into the correct position so that you can threaten your opponent. Of course, Ironcleave Guardian does that by himself already, but Elix Stormblade and Grandmaster Zir are also special cases. Elix Stormblade can be played directly next to the general or somewhat away from the general if you want to keep her safe. She can move 3 spaces and everybody else on your team can move 3 spaces as long as she's out. So you can put her away from your enemy's units and then still be able to hit your enemy's face or their units easily. Grandmaster Zir can be played very far away from your enemy's dispels so that you can, avail of that awesome effect which allows you to turn into him so that you technically have 12 extra health. So that's pretty much what this deck is all about. You remove with all of these cards, you keep yourself alive with this, plus the heals, and then you keep your board state clear by using Nagas, Lightbenders, your Arc-like Sentinels, and then you finish off with these big units at the very end. Now note that this deck has a few problems, and that means that it quote-unquote concedes certain matchups. And by concede certain matchups, I don't literally mean there's no winnable way, but more of that, certain matchups will be really hard for you to win, like fighting against a Mechazor deck that overruns you. Oh my goodness, we don't need this much heal. This is the play. We don't need that much heal. So Arclight Sentinel is going to be really decent this game, but we'll see. If he summons what I think he's about to summon, this is going to be... Oh, a Chakri avatar. Oh my goodness, how I wish I had more mana. Okay, We're gonna do a lasting judgment on this. We can't leave that thing alive. Do we cycle Aerial Rift? I think the answer to that is no. So this is a very heavy control deck. As you can see from my... I have no active plays whatsoever. So since this is a heavy control deck, we do not attack the general's face, ever. Because we will win in the late game regardless. So what's he playing? An assassin. Ah, that's good for me. Yes, we go here. Great tempo achieved. So again, do we cycle Aerial Rift? No, because Aerial Rift Lightbender is a possible play next turn. Of course, I can always Circle of Life or Martyrdom. We do not cycle anything this hand. Excellent. We got our Ironcleave Guardian. So what's he summoning? A Hamon Blade Seeker. Whoa. A Hamon Blade Seeker is scary. But not scary enough. Bye-bye! So I guess we can cycle this out by replacing it. Oh, and we have our kill units. Excellent. This is the third turn, so this means that I can still use a Roar next turn without fearing the loss of a usage, which is very good because the next turn I can easily play Ironcleave into Roar. Yeah, I do think I'll just move here into the center of the board to keep board positioning at best. And this is where the game starts turning around. Gorehorn. Oh, he's gonna hit my face? Nope, he's gonna hit that. Alright. Is he gonna move it away with Blink? That's right, just attack me. That's fine. Okay, here's gonna be the play. We're gonna move here. We're gonna drop this. Do this. Do I attack this? No, we attack him. So, usually I don't attack the enemy general, but this is a special case, I guess. This prevents a backstab here, by the way. 4 Winds Magi. He's probably gonna blink it away. Blink away. Blink away. Oh, wow, he's just going me. Okay. He's running out of cards, though. Ooh, that's a lot of damage to me. Oh, that's a lot of damage to me. But that's fine, he's out of cards. I only have 3 health left. We're gonna have to use this. Okay. Hopefully we draw into an Aegis barrier. Into a heal. We don't. So that's fine. We just do this. Kill this. So this protects us. He only has 1 card a turn now. And we'll start winning, essentially. We don't roar that. We don't need to. So, yeah. This is how the deck plays, by the way. Now he's just eternally stuck in trying to not die. I can get to him. And then we're gonna do this. And game is won. Well, you know, unless he has a Spiral Strike, which will then kill me. So maybe we need to start... yes, there we go. So now that 1 card in his hand just has to be not Spiral Strike. Onyx Bear Seal. Alright. I accept that. That's fine. So we can mulligan that. Oh, look, that's another Elix. Alright, let's go for it. with only drawing 1 card per turn, he's gonna have a rough time. Alright, let's go. Fire and Dark. So this is how the game essentially goes, right? He's blown out his entire hand and I win. Good game. So that's how a control deck in Duelyst can be played. A lot of people often tell me that, yeah, it's impossible. You can't play a control deck in Duelyst. The game's too fast. Well, I used to believe that too, but now that we only draw 1 card per turn, the opponent can do nothing the moment they run out of cards. So, as you saw in that game, the moment my opponent ran out of cards, I just won immediately because suddenly I had 17 bajillion heals and he couldn't do anything about it. Of course, there was that 1 turn of danger wherein that 1 card in his hand could have been a Spiral Strike, which would have killed me because I only had 8 health, but aside from that, he could have done nothing else. And that pretty much does it for this episode of The Workshop, featuring Duelyst. If you guys have any questions, comments, or suggestions, do put them in the comment section down below and I'll be sure to answer. Without much else to say, thanks for watching, and good night.